Bassmaster Classic presented by GoPro Championship Sunday. Boy, for the first time this event, after days 1 and 2, a slow, painful grind. Things are definitely happening out on Grand Lake of the Cherokees. Big moves this morning. Very, very warm night. Heavy winds predicted later today. Seeing big moves by Bill Lowen already with a limit early this morning. Well, that would not be overshadowed by what Jason Christie has done already with 3 fish in the boat, 1 solid 4-pound. Tell you what, though, we've said this all weekend long. Welcome to the Gun Show. Well, we have it. Kevin VanDam, 4-time Bassmaster Classic champion, joining us on set. Kevin VanDam, talk to us about your week here at Grand Lake.
Man, it's been one of those weeks that you just don't really want to remember. Yeah, I mean, it was just tough.
There we go. I came in a little. Listen, Sanders has left the set.
Is this your first time?
I have already depreciated Bassmaster Live, but I've done that all weekend. You're a little somber this morning.
Man, I had a tough week. You know, I mean, anytime you come to the Classic, you try to put together a game plan that's going to get you in contention for this, for Sunday. And I thought I had the right game plan, and it just did not work out at all. I mean, the conditions changed enough that high pressure just killed what I was doing.
And really, you were Davey Height's pick. So many picks across the board before this tournament. Your practice, you had the look.
This lake is incredible. The fish that were biting when it was colder, believe it or not, it was just a lot different deal. And it's I'm fishing the same water. I've been swapping around where Jason's been fishing and Bill Lowen, and I mean, we're all fishing the same types of things, little channel swings back in these pockets where the fish are moving up with that stained water. But it's such a timing deal to be there. And I mean, there's a window early where they bit, and I just chose right off the bat. I didn't start in the right spot, and it was just I was chasing it ever since.
Hey, Kevin, honestly, have you ever seen a lake kind of should have been so good, be so tough with the conditions being just perfect?
We are just missing it by a week or so. But yeah, I mean, all the other competitors that fished out there, we all said the same thing. We could not believe that it wasn't just wide open based on that water clarity this time of the year, knowing that the fish want to be up there. It should have been just gangbusters. But I think that just all that high water and all those shad out deep, and with that shad kill happening, it's holding those fish back. They don't need to eat. I mean, they're the fattest I've ever seen them here.
Going to jump out on the water right now, taking a look at our players. Aaron Martin's fishing down near the dam. Christie kind of living mid-lake again. Fished that area the last time we were there. Bill Lowen fishing down in Honey Creek right now. Really, Jason Christie has said this region of the lake, this mid-lake area, he said, really, I feel the biggest population of quality bass live here. We're looking at Christie live. Why every time we're at Grand Lake is this the primary player?
I think because it has the best habitat. I mean, that's like I said, that's the same area that I chose based for the same reason. It's got great spawning pockets. It's got a lot of flats to it, and there's a huge bait fish population. That section right there was the kind of cooler. It's coldest down by the dam, but there was still a lot of shad dying in that. The Wednesday of practice, that cove there by the airport, right where he's at there, was just pure gulls dipping them off the top, and the fish were biting in there. I mean, he's made the right adjustments. This is when you have a real tough event like this, that local knowledge comes in. You look and see what Casey Ashley did last year, had a tough conditions down there on his home lake. That's where it really pays off. It's going to happen 2 years in a row.
Something we talked about yesterday is having the home lake advantage, and we've seen locals really dominate in the classics since we went to wintertime classics. We never had a local win in the summertime. Why is that advantage in the wintertime classics?
Well, I just think that you're more conducive to have tough conditions through this time of the year and changing conditions. What really played into Jason's hands is having that high pressure. And, he's slow rolling that spinnerbait. I think the majority of the field, myself included, were cranking. It was so good when it was colder. To throw that crankbait, a lot of flat side crankbaits, a lot of wiggle warts, things like that, and those big fish would eat them. But once that got the slick, high pressure conditions, slow rolling that thumper spinnerbait just stays in front of them a long time.
You're pissed right now, aren't you?
I I mean, that's what I do right there. So it is. That's the coolest thing about live is you don't miss anything. I mean, you can watch exactly what he's doing. I mean, he's shaking that spinnerbait every now and then, and making these fish react. They're full. They're stuffed. They don't need to eat. They're reacting to that bait.
And that spinnerbait, Jason Christie hooked up live right here.
Baby. They ain't gonna make it, but I'm gonna measure him.
Not going to make it right there, but Jason Christie off to a pretty solid start so far today. You say Kevin VanDam. There's just a lot of guys that missed this bite out on Grand Lake this week.
Yeah, he's making it look easy, but it's not like you're going out there getting 20 bites a day. I mean, you're fishing for, I knew going in, you'd be fishing for, 8 or 10 bites if you're going to be in contention to win. And most of the guys are lucky to get 5. The first day I had 5 bites and only caught 3. And it just goes to show you how tough it is. He has intimate knowledge of the lake and, knows where a lot of key little structural features are, little turns. He's seen the lake when it's low to see the rock transitions and things like that, knows where a lot of the brush is, and that's the key. I mean, that's all that I think all of us were really looking for. That's what these Ozark-type lakes, the bass really key on this time of year is rock transitions. And if you can, put some